Hello and welcome back to the happiest place on earth. Today using a fire deck I've been working on for a few days. This drew inspiration from two lists that I saw and I gave it my own spin. Hopefully you enjoy the content and let's get into it. Starting off, both sides mulligan. Alright, I took two mulligans. This hand is not the business. Opponent also took two mulligans. Looks like they're on dark. You know, the last 5 or 6 games I've played were against dark poison builds. This one looks a little bit different. This deck has a very good track record against those poison decks. I've won 5-1 or 4-1. Once you just knock out their main attackers, it's just it's downhill from there. The most threatening thing in all dark decks against our deck is Wheezing. Galarian Wheezing is super good. Opponent still setting up. Yeah, I'll draw a card. Not the greatest thing to start with. I'm just going to deploy this fire energy and call it a day. I'm not even sure if I want to... Oh, man. Do I want to evolve this next turn? What a janky attack. This Flare command has won me a lot of games. Guzzlord, Trainer's Mail. Ball guy, okay. I'm quite tempted to slap them with this Marnie next turn. Juniper is just kind of silly here. I don't want to get rid of these cards. Let's see what our opponent gets. Sure. They'll probably have 4 cards in their hand after it's all said and done. Maybe 3 cards. Still, the Marnie's not terrible in that situation. Yeah, because we need to reset our hand. We need to start setting up other Pokemon and start feeding them energies. Sure. And they still have the quick ball. Ooh, okay. With the shuffle away an energy. At the very least. Unless they ditch it to quick ball, which also makes sense. No, they ditch Claro. Oh, that's spicy. Jeez. 2 energies on the Moltres. It's pretty good, except it's only doing 20 damage. 20 damage, no big deal. Raboot. We do not need Raboot. Do I want to evolve first? Yeah, okay. What is this? This hand is not very good. Okay. Okay, I think we want to grab our Giant Hearth. Looks like Magma Basin's prized. We really need a second Pokemon. This is not doing anything. I don't want to commit more energies to this. At some point, if I feel threatened, I'm just going to Flower Command the Guzzlord. Sure. What the? Don't tell me they're going to Float Stone this. Sure. This card, Escape Rope. Dang. You crazy. So this is awkward. It's not the end of the world. Oh man, this Bird Keeper, I tell you what. Sure. What is this doing? So I'm trying to understand. Thank the Lord. Okay, I'm actually happy we drew that. I think we fire Bird Keeper. Bird Keeper, get this into play. I'm gonna thin down my deck a little bit. Is Arcanine in the deck? Yeah, good boy's in the deck. So next turn, if we use warm up, this Arcanine's ready to attack and start mowing stuff down. Oh, we just drew it anyways. Okay, let's think. That's kind of funny. This only has 120, right? So next turn we can Pyroar and force this Moltres out, then run it over with Arcanine. And we have enough energies for Arcanine to start pumping this up for, you know, just multiple flare commands. We're gonna use warm up. He good boy. He best boy. Look at that guy. He's so cute. Gotta love Growlithe. Sure. Oh, they put hiding energy on Moltres already? Jeez. I was gonna think maybe the hiding energy put on here and retreat for free. They have Liepard, which is pretty good. Do I want to knock out Moltres or Liepard? I think I want to knock out Moltres. Setting up the Guzzlord already. Let me think. Say I do knock something out. They set in Guzzlord and they have the counter energy. Well, then again, I have the N. I can discard this fire energy. Let me think about this. I'm gonna fire this for the lulz. Ooh, jeez. These are both really awesome basics for our deck. I think I want Cinderace. Cinderace hits much harder. And quicker. Can't play the soda. I think step one is to evolve. Evosoda's of no use right now, at least. We know Raboot's in the deck because we shuffled it in. Let me think. It is almost tempting to kill this as well. Arcanine can't quite take this out. Next turn we can heat tackle it. Let me think really quickly. I think we're gonna fire the N. In my mind, I'm just trying to think of what I'm trying to flare command. Opponent sad. Let's thin down our deck. We could just like start beating this up. Moltres actually doesn't do that much damage. It is just tempting to get the value of all these energies, but Moltres isn't doing much. Start punching this guy. He's a bozo. And then we have 2 flare commands in the bank. We also have Lysander. So if they have Wheezing, we force something out of the way. Sure. Yeah, I do like this card. I mean, our start was super awkward, though. It was a very slow game. For us, at least. Okay. Okay. We have 2 fire energies. Our Charmander is awkwardly binned. Sure. That's a unit. Town map. Oh, their Weezing's prized. Okay, so land it. Good draw. The funny thing is most of these Pokemon aren't really good attackers. At this moment, at least. Even Salazzle's not a good attacker. Okay, knowing what I know, I think I'm gonna fire this. I just grab Bird Keeper. Ooh, these are insane. Excuse the sirens in the background. I think I'm just gonna go for Grand Flame. I don't think I need to use this. Start buffing up this Ho-Oh. Floatstone's pretty awesome. So, with Heat Tackle, we can now run over anything our heart desires. But I still think we might want to use Grand Flame. If we can get more energy in the discard pile. Pyroar for sure bins 1, which is nice. Moltres hits for 90. Okay. Okay. Try to comprehend what's going on here. So one of the greatest weaknesses of this deck in my personal testing is most of our attacks, they do 110 to 120, and most Pokemon that we need to get rid of have 130 to 140. In order to alleviate that, I do have one Muscle Band in the deck. Yeah, like things like Wheezing are just really annoying because not only do they stop our abilities, but they have 130 HP. Okay, they're gonna retreat this. Using Coughing as the meat shield. Interesting. I'm gonna Evosoda. Excellent choices. I'm gonna go for Salazzle. One of our most powerful cards in our deck is a Blacksmith. It's really good late game. Sometimes you need that accelerant. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Stretcher's garbage. Chorus is pretty good. We draw 9. So we have 1 fire. This sends another. I think I'm going to chase this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Moltres. I almost went for this, but I'm like, whatever. This was also quite tempting, but they can just mess around all they want. The moment I kill one more thing, this Moltres actually starts smacking for a lot, like 140. I'm gonna fire this Colress. I think that's the move. Let's go for an attachment first. I don't think we're gonna set up Exciting Flame this game, not at least for like maximum value. I'm gonna play Training Court to disrupt their altar. Double checking our discard pile because we don't want to be a fool. Grand Flame. So, what's the move? This sounds ridiculous, but it's quite tempting to put more on here. Sure. Just 3 flare commands on tap. It's like having a supporter on your bench. What's cool is we can also just flare command Training Court or flare command Grand Flame. Oh, there it is. They might try to silence the Arcanine's Heat Tackle, which is fine. It's not that much damage. Oh, they have Merciless Strike. Jeez. Okay, they're going to OHKO this. One way or another, this thing was going to lose. Either to the Moltres or to the Obstagoon. Opponent plays Lusamine. Luckily, we have VS Seeker. Sure. Ooh, Alter's going to hit the Training Court. So, our only way to clear this in one strike is by going into Cinderace. Sure. I'm just gonna Ho-Oh. We know Charmander is prized. I think I missequenced this a bit. I could have put another Pokemon in front and just Bird Keepered. Because right now I don't want to play my supporters. Like, I don't know, I could play Marnie, but my hand's just massive. It's not great, not great. It'd kick our opponent down, if that means anything. Let me think about this. I think I want to play this Charmander. Should I thin down the deck? Yeah. Our deck has really good stuff in it. Let's see. They took the Wheezing, so I might go for this. It kind of blanks the Wheezing. I think I'm gonna hold this hand for now. Don't have to do much. We wanna meme. Alright. Ordinary Rod's actually pretty decent. Next turn we can vomit our hand. Yeah, they don't have much pressure. Sure. Get the coughing. Sure, and the Moltres. Okay. If they have 3 energies, this Moltres is going to bop our Ho-Oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, they got the counter energy. Sure. So, I think we promote Heatmor. It's kind of hilarious. We might be able to promote Pyroar and just blast something because we have Charizard. 110. Pathetic. Actually, we don't want it to do damage to itself because then this thing will sweep it in one go. What? They don't want to send the Moltres. That's interesting. Silence the Fire Blast, right? Sure. Let me think. I think we go for it. We need some fire energy. I think I have a line. Let's see. Do I want to do both? Yeah. I really love Arcanine. I can Colress for 1 billion. These are pretty good. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, I think I see what I want to do. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Okay. I think I'm gonna Flare Command. And I think I'm gonna bring out the Salazzle. Salazzle hits for 60. Oh my god. And if Moltres wants to hit this, be my guest. Yeah, Cinderace will start just wrecking house. And we have the Blacksmith. Sure. Are they gonna go for the Weezing? Sure. We have Guzma though. Yeah, in our deck we play Rope, Guzma, and Lysander to bypass this type of nonsense. You know, Weezing and Wobbuffet. See what our opponent wants to do. Yeah, I figured as much. If they put the energy here. What is this doing? I really, you know. Sure. So what's cool is we Guzma force this out and force our Cinderace out. And then it gets 2 fires, and then we can use Flare Striker. Okay. Alternatively, if I just want to deal with this on the spot, it's a little bit trickier. I think this is the move. Yeah, whatever. I think we're gonna kill this. This is the way. We got Float Stone. Okay. Let's go. Sure do. That is a lot of value. We have Arcanine in deck. I'm just gonna burn this. Magma Basin. So sad. Let's see. I want to save all these. Double checking. Alright, Flare Striker's good. Discard a fire. Blacksmith should secure the win, because Weezing's going to shut off Charizard's ability. The Burn Brightly. So Blacksmith is going to attach 2 fires and let us Flare Striker one more time, hopefully. Sure. Opponent has 2 cards in deck. I have 13. Guzma. Okay. That's assertive. Dark Patch isn't that great on this board. Sure. Opponent in the Think Tank. Alright, that's game. Charizard, I choose you. Gotta play good boy. Okay, let's do this. Just want to make sure. We could have memed around and used the Exciting Flame. I think we're just gonna attack, no need to BM. Alright, that will be game 1 of this video. So far, this deck is doing really well. Tails never fails. Told you. Yeah, we'll go first. Alrighty. Hand's a little awkward. Store this Volcanion. The good thing is we have Salazzle. Hopefully Salandit is somewhere. Ooh, fire. Are they in the mill deck? Get lit. So we know Charizard and Raboot are prized. Okay, I'm gonna pitch Teammates. A little early for that. Let's get Salandit. We have a pretty decent opening hand, I feel. I'll just put that there and call it a day. I think next turn we're going to Salazzle, discard Fire Energy, draw 3, hopefully to draw more energy, attach, and have a supporter to follow up with. Bacon that cooks itself. Very nice. They put the energy there, which is very interesting. Opponent in the think tank. I don't think we can donk him. Of course, not the supporter we need. Incense gets Pyroar. Do we need Pyroar right now? Doesn't hurt. I think we just go for the high heat blast. We could Colress draw 2, but that seems kind of dopey. Especially when we have this fire energy to pitch. Hopefully our opponent gets out of this, because this is not good. Okay. There's a picture of me at age 12. I'm just kidding. What are they searching for? I think even if they evolve this, we can just bop it. If they play something on their bench, we can threaten it with Pyroar, possibly. Just a humble 50 damage. Pignite. Okay, Pignite would actually survive. I didn't realize it had 110 HP. He chonky boy. What the? Okay. Thank goodness our opponent did that, because they might be able to survive. That hand is not very good. Oh god. What evil are they up to? This is the mill deck. Okay. Let's think about it. Roast reveal. Magma Basin's pretty good. Training Court's also good. Let's see. We have enough to get this to do 110, which is nice. I'm gonna start pumping this up. Put this on tap. Colress for 5. Seems fine. That's a good draw. I don't want to use this yet, because I don't want to go down below the 4 energy threshold for this. In retrospect, I don't think I should play this Entei. They're most likely not going to win by knocking our stuff out. So this probably would have been better in our hand. Sure. That seems good. Salsa or for somebody out. Probably this Pyroar. He's kind of dopey. The squad. I think we need to pick this off. Probably the Charizard or the Moltres need to be picked off. Awkwardly, this works for both players. Interesting. That's a really good draw. I think we're gonna Bird Keeper. Bring this back out. So awkwardly, this has 120, but it also marked itself for 20, so crisis averted. Yeah, we're gonna hit this for 110. We have 2 fire energies, a Guzma, something else here. The heavy ball. I'm trying to remember what the last card is. Pretty sure it's a Pokemon. Sure. The mill deck, putting more cards in our deck. I'm just kidding. We do have access to Float Stone, which is nice. Sure. Gotta keep track of how many fires in our discard pile. Matters when you're using Arcanine. Sure, the rare candy's gone at least. Okay. This again. This Entei's a thorn in my side. Gonna throw that there. Okay. Let me think about this real quick. Gonna roast reveal. Draw 3. He good boy. Okay, knowing that I've 1 here. What I could do is Flare Command, but at some point I need to deal with this because it's just gonna lock me out of the active spot. I think we can just Arcanine and get 1 energy. That's still value. Value is value. We just Grand Flame. Seems good. I think I'm gonna give an energy to this Entei. Because if they get rid of the Float Stone, at least we can just, you know, start discarding energies manually. Yeah, there's a Raboot. Yeah, in retrospect, this was just not necessary on this bench. Now we need to get rid of Scorch. Or this before it turns into Scorch. Are they gonna end me? End's not that devastating. For the most part, this hand was not great. Sure. Literally 1 fire energy will undo most of the damage from this end. These are not fire energies. Okay, this hand's actually terrible. Get over here. Now with Arcanine, I'm gonna start just pumping up this Pyroar again, because we just keep chaining our flare commands. Get the hell. Show me your boy Guzma. Yeah, this card is a lot better than I thought. That's not what we needed. So, prized is Fire Energy Guzma. Oh no, here come the dank memes. We got rid of their main millers, which are Moltres and Scorch's Scolipede. Alright, they have 1 more supporter. This thing's awkwardly gonna wall us off for a turn. Just kidding, we have Pyroar. Do they want to shuffle in? Okay, 3 Pokemons. The Pignite, the Tepig, Pignite, and the Moltres. Sure. Okay. The fact that they lost Rare Candy was nice for us. Interesting. Braxton and Rare Candy in the trash bin. That's pretty good for them. Draw 7 cards. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Arcanine's nice because it deals 120. Sure. We have 29 cards in our deck. That's not very exciting. Let me think. Can I just burn this? No pun intended. Give me heads, give me heads, give me heads. Sweet deal. Play the Hearth. Gonna Flare Command the Moltres. And dunk the Bridget. Well played. And they concede. Awesome. Tails never fails. Once again. Gonna go first. Are they still in the Fire Mill deck? It's a good card to open with. We have the Salazzle with it. They are on water. Possibly. This doesn't tell me much. Oh, they are in Fire Mill. Sure. I'm just gonna hold that in my hand temporarily. Don't want to give him value. I'm putting this here in case I need to manually retreat. I know we have Bird Keeper, but you never know. Also, you never know if you can just donk your opponent. Salazzle, Muscle Band, combo. Sure. There will be no donking today. At least if I pick this off the table, it's just good. Delphox is too dangerous to be kept alive. Bacon that cooks itself, nice. And luckily I don't have to waste a Muscle Band on the Fennekin. Sure. You chonky boy. To you, the rare candy. Somewhere. Not this turn, but that'd be nutty if it was prized. Sure. Oh, that's pretty good. That is not as good. Let's roast reveal. Acceptable cards. I'm actually okay with these. Okay, knowing what I know. Charizard in deck. Charmeleon gone. Racandy in deck. No, Charmeleon's in our hand. Stupid. No! Little boy's gone. Okay. This is gonna apply pressure though. 110's good, 110's good. Let me think about this. I think this game we're gonna try for some dank memes. Give me my Tepig. Or not Tepig. Litleo. Nah, it's Arcanine though. Arcanine's good considering we're going to be beating a lot of fire energies. Sure. We just need to start ramping this up, then he can ramp this up. That's reasonable. The squad. We need to stop this before it turns into Embor. which is not likely. I think we fire the N. These are the sacrifices we make. Okay, if I draw a Magma Basin, we can do it. But at least I'm cutting him off the Emboar. That's what matters to me. Oh, this will do it too. Hilarious. Well, I can't play it now, I played the end. I think I'm just gonna combustion. Sure. It's happy to come off that Emboar though, temporarily. That's pretty good. Draw 7. We have so much we need to cut off. This and that. Oh no. Sure. If we go for a manual retreat, we add the second fire energy, then Blacksmith online. This is a very powerful card. Sure, that makes plenty of sense. I was thinking something along those lines. Sure. Sure. Sure glad I didn't play Giant Hearth. Salsa. Luckily we have Floodstone. You know, rip a fire energy real bad. Thinking. I'm gonna fire this off. This constitutes as a fire energy. Unfortunately, it works for our opponent as well. Do I think I can rip another fire energy off this? Gambling. Ah, close enough. Close enough. Essentially, that lets Volcanion come in for a bunch of damage. Enough for the Oko. This gets a Raboot. Okay. Hopefully they don't have Charizard. Charizard plus this plus that. Very insane. Sure. Sure. No. Seems good. I wonder what their last card is. They haven't played a support. Oh no. This will mill for 10. If they go for it now. If they have Charizard, I have no way of Okoing it. As it currently stands. He's chonky. He has 170 HP. At least Volcanion can blast this. Unless they want to fire spin us. Sure. Must be great. What? That's wasted potential. I think I'm gonna pitch this to the Hearth. Santa Scorch. What is going on? Are you really going to mill me for 5? That's a lot of resources, man. Raihan's garbage in this matchup. Raboot. Thinking. We can retreat for free, that's how I opted for that. Hey look, I'm milling myself by just drawing a million cards. We can also reverse mill ourselves with Tate Liza. Think about it. I'm gonna play Magma Bassine. There's a line. I'm gonna charge up this Arcanine. Right. Play Energy Return. Retreat. There is a line. And we're gonna pump up this Heatmor. Guzma Heatmor. Spice of life. We might be able to sweep both of these simultaneously. Okay. Dog, I have Guzma. It's your boy Guzma. Sure. You think that can save you from me? This is for how much? 90? This is what you call an uh-oh. Oh. Dank memes melt steel beams. There you is. I'm a little confused by their peony. If I played this game again, I think the only thing I would change differently was get Training Court instead of our Giant Hearth turn 1. Turn 1. I didn't think I did much with it. Opponent calling the flip again. This is game 2. I think they're going to want us to go first based on past results. I personally want to go first too. Okay. Opponent mulligans. This is a great start. Growlithe's super important. It hits the 3 energies really quickly. Yeah, you play the 1 energy, then you warm up, then you play another energy, you have 3 for Arcanine. Stadium Nav's super important in this card. All 3 of our stadiums are awesome. I like opening with Hearth of all of them first. Cynthia's pretty decent. Alright, let's fire this off. Oh my god. I think we just pass. That sucks. Say no to gambling. Bidoof. Of course, getting stronger by the second. Lugia, 130 HP. Colress, getting stronger by the second. Still only drawing 4 cards right now. More likely gonna Cynthia. Oh, Jesus. Marnie's fine. Interesting, they put the DCE on there. This isn't terrible with Growlithe. Okay, we'll start hitting for 110. Marnie, scum of the earth. We'll have to make do and see what happens. Sure. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Arcanine in deck. Salazzle, Salandit in deck. Charmeleon's gone. Pyroar's here. Okay. So I'm going to opt for Salandit most likely. We need some form of card advantage. Dude, what a pathetic attack. For 3 energies it does 30. This card was printed in 2021. What the heck, man? Okay, let's think about this. I don't have the Arcanine yet, so I really don't want to overcommit to this Growlithe. If it just blows up, that'd be really sad. I think I'm going to start setting to the Volcanion. We'd have to be really lucky to even have Arcanine next turn. That's why I'm not just going to commit and just, you know, go for it. We also have no energies here, so Arcanine's not like extremely valuable. Alright, this is starting to get dangerous. Once this hits Porygon Z, then the game gets warped around. This is karma for donking our opponent's Porygon last game. If I open with Evosoda or Incense, I go to Salazzle. And I should start warming up these things. Oh, Jesus. That's nuts. This gets Bieberol, probably Vigoroth, and Porygon Z. Under worst case scenario, I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, I was 66% correct. Alright, we're in for a beat down here. Sure. We will be slaughtered. If this survives and I have Float Stone, Volcanion will melt this. But if they have the energy here, they're just going to slash this thing. And then all hell breaks loose. Yeah, I think we're in a very unfavorable position. Gets worse by the second. So they played their support for turn, which was Winona. I think they used Bieber already. Okay. That was a decent draw. I think I'm just going to send it here. Not the greatest, but we'll make it do. Let's see. I'm going to warm up. This thing's not going to live very long. Assuming our hand's just not tampered with, we just go Charmeleon, Cynthia. Sure. That's not good. Yeah, slacking is insane. Trying to think how to handle this. If this gets knocked out, I think I send Volcanion and start poking this down. I do have to admit that Growlithe was useful in just, you know, putting energies in play. Here we go. Yeah, if we have Salazzle, it'll shut off its ability, and it also shuts off our Pyroar, which is pretty disgusting. Prior to this game, I was doing some test matches online, and this thing shutting off Charizard created a lot of headaches as well. Yeah, this is a very powerful card in terms of HP, ability, and just damage output. Oh no. That's pretty good. Very synergistic. I think they're just burning their hand down. I don't think they're going to skip a turn to play the lab. Awkwardly, no fire energies. So Arcanine's not super good in this game right now, unfortunately. Sure. Draw 3 cards. Please stop. This is how John Wick 1 started. Okay, that makes sense. They got rid of that energy. I think this is the move. Yeah. Don't think we need to play this. The Zard. Thinking. The cool thing is we can manually just promote Charizard and Flare Blitz something, however, it's an all-in move. Well, it's kind of funny, if we don't go for Charizard, High Heat Blast followed by Slash will kill this. Right? These are just awkward plays. So depending on what happens, I might need to reassess if I want to turn this into Charizard. If I don't turn this into Charizard, it just gets blasted by anything. Like, 90 HP is kind of fragile. I can burn it. Slowly. No! Oh my god, no. Slacking incoming. Jeez. Because they have Float Stone. They can just move this in and out. Not like the fast food restaurant. Sure. Okay, I feel less silly for just trying to commit to this Charizard strat. Oh no! Which of these is getting promoted? Or are they just burning this? Hopefully they're prized. Delay the inevitable a little bit. Wishful thinking. Oh, jeez. They got the squad. The entire squad's here. That's brutal. Mercy on my soul. Sure. Okay. This is the move, boys. Great, we do the float zone again. Love it. Do I stretch her? Is this the move? I think so. So float zone's actually relevant here in case Charizard gets stuck in the active spot. The only awkward thing is if I play it now, it might get blowered. I think I have to play it. I have to. Because our deck is 31 cards. I don't know what the odds of seeing it again are. Yeah, I think I fire this. Magma Basin's pretty decent. Let me think. We need to start setting up another attacker. This guy's a good quick attacker. This one is mediocre. I think I'm gonna hold off on this. Thin down the deck a little bit more. Just kidding. Just kidding. That is a slight novice error. Just throw this here. YOLO. Oh man. That's rough. We still have stuff like Blacksmith, Rod, Fire Crystal. That is a great card. Luckily this is still here by some miracle. So we'll see, we'll see. We have Basin, which is nice. Oh Jesus. Lugia can't OHKO the Charizard. Well, they can actually. They need powerful energy, a double colorless of some sort, plus any random energy. Speak of the devil. Okay, now they just need a double colorless. Oh, here we go. Goodbye. Rough. Sure. It's kind of crazy. Our opponent's playing in Lab, so they have Archaeopsis and Porygon. I normally play one or the other. Me personally. Sure. I'm trying to think of what our backup plan is. Because our hand's kind of stuck. Sure. See you. So our saving grace is this can't attack next turn. Pyroar's not doing much right now, which kind of sucks. So I just want to dwindle this down with damage. Yeah, because this will attach energies. Crack rocks, nice. Nice, nice. This is going to get OHKO'd by most things anyways. Okay. Knowing what I know, it is possible we call for family to get Growlithe and start setting up Arcanine, which could take an eternity. I think I'm down to try that. But not now, because this retreats for 2. I don't want to Guzma. I need this in the active spot. Thinking. I think now we need more bodies to have energies on for this high heat blast. Next turn maybe we base in this and just retreat into it. I don't know. We'll see. This is rough. We're super behind. Yep. Yeah, their deck's insane because they have so much card flow. We don't have this set up. Man, we burned a Fire Crystal. Oh no. Jeez. Lugia's gonna come back in and just smash this thing to nothingness. Yeah, they just Malalana. He'll retreat. Bring this. Flowstone. Bam. I think as long as we can kill the Lugia, things get better. At the very least. But this hits for 110, this hits for 120. Yeah, we really need the muscle band. Here we go. Opponent spamming energies. Puts energy on himself. Must be nice. I think our best draw is like rare candy. So we can just manually retreat this Volcanion. We also have Guzma, but Lugia will be in the active spot. So we need to manually retreat and just go into Cinderace. Literal best draw, rare candy. Slacking would hit for 140. Let's get the turbo on it. Arrow ball. Jesus. I think we have to start poking. Not bad. Thinking. I think I want to end first. Did not get the band. Just gonna burn this. That's a decent card. We have Raihan, which is super nice. I'm just trying to calculate. This game's not totally unwinnable. It's just gonna be rough because this is gonna lead them to one prize. We just need to cautiously maneuver. This is our next threat. So this is threat 1 right now because it's in front of our face. This is threat 2 because it's about to come out. This is threat 3. These 3 currently will die to the Porygon. Lugia. Oh no. What now? Yeah, they won't need this counter energy anytime soon. They're expecting the KO. Jeez. Here's a tough thing. If we rope, Lugia just comes back in and just like slaps us. If we don't rope, they're just gonna have a slacking anyways. Lugia doing work. We lost the float stone, unfortunately. Thinking. We have to send Cinderace because that's the only thing that can withstand this thing's attack. Kinda sucks, but is what it is. At least we still have Escape Rope in our hand. The thing is, after the slacking hits it, this thing just gets tipped over by most things. Alright, your move, Yugi. Sure. Oh no, the Lugia. Sure. Okay, they might be able to kill it with Lugia then. If not this lacking. That's not good. They only have half of what they need here. Sure. Alright, Stone of the Tau. Opponent Goddess. That was a little rough. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. So I've been playing this deck on and off for the last few days before uploading this video. I want to get a lot of practice in. So, 3 different versions of this deck were played and tested up until this point. Versions 1 and 2 were borrowed from 2 other deck lists that I saw online. Version 3 is my list that I've worked on using data and card choices between these 2, plus my own personal choices as well. So, as it stands, I'm 5-2 right now against mostly Dark Poison decks, Psychic Spread decks, and colorless decks, and a few Water and Grass decks as well. So our losses were both to colorless, which I think is one of the best decks in the format, period. Colorless strikes really hard, really fast, and has a really efficient draw engine. Other than that, there's not much to say other than we need more data. How good is this deck? Only time will tell. Starting with this deck profile, we have the Charmander, the Charizard line. Charizard's Burn Brightly ability is just super useful for this deck. Sometimes it lets you leverage your energies more efficiently and attack much quicker. Charizard also has the Flare Blitz attack, which is kind of funny, but it's not something you want to do too often, because you'll need ways to get out of the active spot after you do that. We have Entei with Rally Back, which is a good revenge attacker. We have Growlithe, which I really like for warm-up. This is good early game because you can start setting up your Pokemon, especially itself if you have ways to dunk fire energies in the discard pile. Because we have Arcanine. Arcanine for 120 gets back 2 fire energies. And I like this because it's like setting up 2 attackers. When you set up the Arcanine, it just starts setting up the next guy behind it. Heat Tackle has been used occasionally in some of my games, but it's not something I do often because it's a lot of commitment. The games where I have Charizard out is where I'm more likely to Heat Tackle, just to apply like just Okos all over the place. Then we have Heatmor, which is a dank meme. Heatmor's Exciting Flame is kind of funny. In order to execute this to its maximum power, you need Charizard most of the time. When you have 6 energies on this, it will hit for 90 to the active and 180 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Be wary of Manaphy and other bench protection, because you might look like a fool when you commit so much energies just to deal 90 damage. Ho-Oh is in the deck. It's not my favorite thing on the planet, but Sacred Fire is pretty useful for poking down Pokemon. Not necessarily like sniping, but there are Pokemon that have so much HP that we just have trouble knocking out in one hit. Sacred Fire is good for whittling down those Pokemon with 130, 140 HP, which is our deck's biggest nuisance, I feel, in most cases. We have Litleo and Pyroar. Pyroar is quite interesting. Once per turn, you may discard a fire energy attached to this Pokemon if you do switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. So, how did I fit this in? I cut Mag Cargo like a psychopath. I wanted maximum aggression in this deck, and I did that by playing Arcanine and Pyroar. The original list I played with, it had Vulpix and Ninetales, but like I said, I just want to go for maximum aggression, make this deck super helmet, Next we have Salazzle. This is very standard. I would never cut this card in a million years. Drawing 3 cards is awesome. This is one of our few and only draw engine Pokemon. Love it. Then we have Cinderace, which is very insane. Once per turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may attach up to 2 fire energies from your discard pile to it. Yeah, this thing is literally our highest damage output in the entire deck. Like, well, Arcanine's tied, but you get the idea. At least this thing doesn't have to hurt itself. There's ways to move this in and out of the active spot between Guzma, Escape Rope, you know. The nice thing about this thing is it also has a retreat cost of only 1. Most of our Pokemon retreat for 2 or more, which kind of sucks. Charizard retreats for 3, this for 2. Arcanine, for some reason, retreats for 4. Like, what? Then lastly, for Pokemon, we have Volcanion. Volcanion, outside of Flare Starter, has been very critical for me. Because High Heat Blast is just 2 energies, does 110 damage. It's just a really cheap, efficient attack, and, you know, it's only a basic, so there's a lot to appreciate about Volcanion. Moving on to the trainer cards, there's nothing too exciting here. I will go over them very briefly, though. So something I added to this deck list was Stadium Nav. I think all 3 of our stadiums are super important between the Giant Hearth, the Magma Basin, and Training Court. Hearth is good because it just lets us, you know, attach energies to our Pokemon consistently, thins down our deck a little bit. It's good with Salazzle, and it's good with Arcanine's Grand Flame for a multitude of reasons. It lets Arcanine have attachments for the turn, and it lets Arcanine bring back any fire energies we discarded. Magma Basin is also great. It attaches to our Pokemon for us, so sometimes we can just splash on 2 energies a turn. I'll come back to this in a second. Training Court's also good. Lets us retrieve resources. So, something super spicy I added to the list that I didn't see in some other list was Blacksmith. I think Blacksmith is like the ultimate form of burst in this deck. Sometimes this deck's just slow and derpy, and Blacksmith is like one of the best accelerants. There have been games where I've Blacksmithed into Arcanine and just started spamming Grand Flame. And there are times where I had to Blacksmith a Charizard and just hit him with Flare Blitz. So Blacksmith, super nice. It's pretty good mid to late game. Early game is kind of rough to get maximum value out of it, but it is possible if you get lucky. Other than that, there's not much I changed with the supporters, trainers, what have you. Actually, I lied. This is another pivotal change I made. I had Muscle Band. As mentioned before, we have a lot of trouble with Pokemon with 130 and 140 HP. So I do not regret adding this in the deck at all. Pushing for the extra 20 damage is just super relevant. There are games where opponents have Galarian Wheezing. Wheezing just ability locks us, which kind of sucks, right? Because we have Salazzle and Pyroar, Charizard, right? So outside of Wheezing, we just need to be just knocking stuff out. We just can't afford to attack something twice. We just lose so much time and tempo by doing so. So I think my top 2 favorite changes to the deck I made were Muscle Band and the Blacksmith. And looking at our energies, it's just a pile of red. 10 fire energies. Before signing off, one of my favorite things to do with this deck is Pyroar's Flare Command chained into Arcanine. So when you force out your opponent's Pokemon, you throw it in front of the Arcanine, and hopefully Arcanine just OHKOs it. And then using Grand Flame, you attach fire energies back onto Pyroar. You repeat and rinse until Arcanine has destroyed your opponent, or your opponent has destroyed the Arcanine.